Hi guys! So for today's video, we're going to solve a problem regarding service department charges. This problem will also serve as an example for our previous lesson, performance measurement in a decentralized organization. And yes, without further ado, let's get started. Sharp Motor Company has two operating divisions, an auto division and a truck division. The company has a cafeteria that serves the employees of both divisions. The costs of operating the cafeteria are budgeted at $40,000 per month plus $3 per meal served. The company pays all the costs of the meals. The fixed costs of the cafeteria are determined by peak period requirements. The auto division is responsible for 65% of the peak period requirements and the truck division is responsible for the other 35%. For June, the auto division estimated that it would need 35,000 meals served and the truck division estimated that it would need 20,000 meals served. However, due to unexpected layoffs of employees during the month, only 20,000 meals were served to the auto division. Another 20,000 meals were served to the truck division as planned. Cost records in the cafeteria show that actual fixed costs for June totaled $42,000 and that actual meal costs totaled $128,000. As for the first requirement, we are asked as to how much cafeteria costs should be charged to each division for June. So here in our table, we can see the column for auto division and for truck division. This will help us in allocating the costs accurately and clearly. Okay, so based on our problem, the cost per month of both divisions is $40,000, with a fixed percentage of 65% for auto division and 35% for truck division. By multiplying $40,000 to 65%, auto division had a total fixed cost of $26,000. Same formula is applied to truck division, resulting in a total fixed cost of $14,000. The next step is to compute for the total variable costs of each division. With an actual serving of 20,000 for both divisions and with the same cost per meal of $3, we can easily compute the total variable cost. So we simply multiply 20,000 to $3, both resulting in a $60,000 total variable costs. Now, we add the total fixed cost and total variable cost of both divisions in order to get the total costs charged to each of them. $26,000 total fixed cost of auto division to be added to its total variable cost of $60,000. We have a total cost of $86,000. For truck division, $14,000 total fixed cost plus $60,000 total variable cost, we have a $74,000 total cost. As for the second requirement, we are also asked as to how much cost would be allocated to each division for June. But here, we are going to assume that the company follows the practice of allocating all cafeteria costs incurred in proportion to the number of meals served during the month. So as we can see, we have $42,000 for actual fixed cost and $128,000 actual meal cost for both divisions. After adding the two, we got $170,000 total costs for both auto and truck division. Next step that we did is that we got the actual servings of 20,000 for both divisions, totaling to 40,000. We get the total costs allocated of $85,000 for both divisions by dividing the total cost to the total actual servings and then multiplying it to the division's actual servings. As for the third requirement, we are now asked for criticisms on the allocation method used in number 2 requirement. So based on our computation above, we can say that the allocation method used in number 2 is not accurate as the costs are based on the overall costs of the cafeteria, not taking into account the actual costs that each division had. The allocation used there is mainly based on the proportion of the number of meals served on each division, making the costs to be equally distributed in both divisions. Now for the last requirement, we're given a situation wherein we are to assume that we are a member of the top management, And being on the top management, we are asked as to how we will neutralize such strategies regarding the estimation of peak period budget. So as for me, one of the solutions that I could think of is to reduce the percentage of estimate so that the cost will be properly distributed and utilized in the other department, especially when the estimated cost is not attained. Now, with a decrease in the estimated cost, the top management can now properly plan and utilize the remaining cost on other departments which greatly needed improvement on its operation.
And yes, that will be all for today. I hope you learned something through this video. Bye!